European Commissioner for Home Affairs Ylva Johansson has questioned Poland's treatment of migrants attempting to cross its border from Belarus. Johansson has called for an emergency meeting with the ambassadors of Poland, Lithuania and Latvia on the worsening Belarus border crisis. On Thursday, Polish police say they found the body of a Syrian migrant near the border, but at least 6 others have died since August. Warsaw is accused of using a heavy-handed response to the crisis, including the pushing back of asylum seekers. Shona Murray in Brussels has more.
When you look at the reports we're hearing from the likes of Amnesty International, from other NGO groups, from the European Commission, as you mentioned, there at least 6 people have died. Another person died today. There are pregnant women there. They have no access to water, to shelter, to food. It's in the middle of October. At night time it's extremely cold. They're out essentially exposed to the elements with no humanitarian access whatsoever. The situation is really appalling when you hear the reports of what's taking place. Now, on the meeting with the ambassadors, Ylva Johansson, the EU Commissioner for Home Affairs, has said that, well, first of all, the meeting hasn't been confirmed. So that's one problem. The second problem is that there isn't really much hope that any progress can be made, because I'm speaking to sources within the Commission. They say that the Polish position is extremely hardline on this. And so far, they still haven't allowed even volunteers go and give these people some food or water. It's extremely difficult. And we know that the situation has been orchestrated, of course, from the Belarusian side by Lukashenko. But at the same time, the Polish, Latvians, Lithuanians have a responsibility under international law, but also a basic humanitarian responsibility to do something for these people. But I caught up with the Deputy Director of Amnesty International, Massimo Moretti, and he said the situation is dire.
We know that at a certain point these persons were inside Poland, and then another moment, as we reconstructed, were outside Poland, the border with Poland. And then what we know is that the government, immediately after this person had been sent out, they declared a state of emergency, which we don't think is warranted, because a state of emergency needs to meet certain criteria that are not met in this case. And basically, as even prevented these persons from seeking asylum in Poland because they changed the laws. So basically, has been an action that we see it is against international law, because it's preventing people from seeking asylum. And we are receiving reports from different sides, about the drama of these persons, and it's unclear how people in the middle of Europe are risking to die and are risking to freeze to death in the forests, and the governments do not allow volunteers to go and rescue them. So this is a really concerning, but it's also shameful, I would say.